This week is brought to you by a hot chocolate mixed with French vanilla cappuccino and a chai latte, because when I woke up this morning my stomach hurt, so now I'm punishing it for its insolence. Also because when I woke up I looked out the window to find that the outdoors were once again covered in a thick, swampy blanket of Mother Nature's biggest mistake, even worse than tornadoes and small dogs, or a tornado made of small dogs, like maybe it hit a really exclusive shelter or something, and now it's raining Yorkshire Terriers, which sucks for everybody because since Yorkies are made of nothing but skin and bone, when you drop one from skyscraper height, they can really do some damage. I'd rather be struck by lightning while being attacked by a shark in the neck than have to deal with snow, but since I couldn't find a metal pole or a large body of salt water in my basement, I thought that I would instead project all of my malice out into the universe, hopefully making everything much worse for having endured it. I don't know, maybe Mother Nature will hear my hatred for her and close her wet, beast-like snow hole forever. So while at my computer sitting in a bubbling sea of blackness, I realized that many people may have as much of a problem with the snow as I do, and that perhaps I should assist the equally upset in detailing some methods that I think would be beneficial in keeping warm during the winter months. The first tip I have is to eat a lot of hot food. You know, soup, pizza, other human beings. All three of these examples have the added benefit of being very convenient, as they're all relatively easy to find, and microwavable provided that you're planning to dine on a child. I don't know from experience, but I can imagine microwaves to be fairly soundproof, which would eliminate all the problems associated with trying to cook a particularly loud infant. This also applies to hot beverages such as coffee, tea, and baby blood. Wear a dead animal when you go outside. Now, don't have an aneurysm about the tragedy that wearing animal fur apparently is, because I'm not just talking about its hide. I mean the entire carcass. Slaughter a polar bear, crawl inside it, and then stand up. Bonus points if you use its feet as if they were your own. People always say that fur is murder, but I've never heard anybody complain when they see somebody wearing the entire corpse of another species, so I think we're in the clear. When you have to pee, just do it right in your pants. Urine is warm, and at least it gives you a talking point. Everybody likes the life of the party, even if you're alone. Now, obviously it's going to turn into cold water over time, but you can easily counteract that by just continuing to pee for eternity. Drink a lot of water that day. I don't know if you've ever seen an elephant urinate, but it's basically like turning over a bucket of water, so I imagine that animal could stay warm all fucking year. Plus, they live in Africa, and I hear it's pretty mild there. If all else fails, there's always arson. Set something on fire. Set something on fire indoors. Everybody likes a little bit of smoke in their diet every so often. It's healthy. Do what I do and stay indoors for 5 months with 8 blankets. Never shower and hopefully die of a heat stroke on the 29th of December so as not to ruin Christmas for the rest of your family, but at the same time you're thankfully deceased before New Year's rolls around and your uncle gets hammered and tells the same story he does every year about how he fell into quicksand and had to cut off his own legs to survive. Then you ask him why he still has legs and he says, well, I just fished them out and put them back on after. Every time you tell that story it just gets more and more untrue. And if you're a real winner, you'll do all 5 at once. From within the bloody remains of a zoo animal that you just killed by burning it to death, wrapped in a burrito made of blankets, capture and cannibalize a sibling while you die a slow, hot brain death, at which point you'll promptly void your bladder. You might be dead, but at least you won't be cold anymore. If you have any ideas about how to keep warm during the winter, and you can't tell your friends or parents because you'd be locked up forever, leave them in a comment under this video, because do I look like I'm in any position to judge anybody ever?